The Rising Sun TV. For your political, social, reliable news, The Rising Sun TV is the answer. Make us your friend for political, social, and entertainment news back home in the diaspora. Come on board, it's awareness time. Let's keep the hope alive. The Rising Sun is reliable for all.
Elections and don't come back home, the Kabudu don't grab back. Inside a Kabudu day, the good one then day, and the bad one then back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat well full or you dey sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people ain't bang for every step now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salone, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can't take cake, well, he left so now we get for so far.
I know ever you vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I sweat to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I sweat to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Peter, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for two tapas. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Send me one green vote for one bad. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Vote say because we born a McKinney. Me voting na me life, me voting na me life. Vote say because we born a Kenema.
Yeah, Fumble, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending to the side you find yourself. This is not the Rising Sun TV, and we are back for you today as you be don't get the trails all along this while. For say today, the 31st of May 2023, we get forget a guest inside the studio. So Fumble will continue for day with you for the next couple of minutes. This is not the Rising Sun TV. And maybe they bring the program to you, maybe they present the program. Me na Ibrahim Conte, who people can call DJ below, former reporter, presenter, and producer of Tumac Radio 89.3 FM. And inside the studio today, I get my brother man with help me for moderator, for bring this program. When Emmanuel, you can say hi to Fambulem.
Let's say Fambolem in a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on the places across the globe where we find ourselves. I want to use the opportunity for say plenty. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for the opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I come to we guest where we get inside the studio today. She's not a person, but a strong woman, as I can describe her, because we all know the face alone no strange to we. Familiar to we, and everybody can testify the capability of I'm not going to praise them actually too much because she's with us inside the studio, and she will tell me more about himself. And Fambul inside the studio today, I get the former mayor of the Freetown municipality, when Madam Yvonne Akisoya. Madam, you can say hi to Fambul.
Yeah. Good evening, Kusha.
That's not the voice of Madam Yvonne Akisoya. Madam, first of all, on behalf of the management of the Rising Sun TV, we want to welcome you because this is the first time for get you, and we hope say we will continue for the get you inside this medium as time they go on. Now, let me come to you today. We get you inside the studio. Now we get you for the next couple of minutes. So we got a lot of questions then for you. But before that, people go want to know, Sierra Leonean go want to know, who is this Madam Yvonne Akisoya before you come into the mayorship of Freetown? What you be done to do for the people of Sierra Leone? If you be done to represent them locally or internationally, or if you be done to do anything relating, because we know before people can come into politics, they can only render help to the people of Sierra Leone. They can only do one or two things them for at least for make the people of Sierra Leone be happy. So we want to know actually, being that the first time today, who is this mayor, who is this former Mayor Yvonne Akisoya before coming to the mayorship?
Okay. Thank you very much, IB, and Emmanuel, and Agladi for joining us for the first time on our show, and I trust it's not going to be the last time.
Yeah, by God's grace.
Udana Ivana Kisoya. Yeah. Prior to 2018 or 2017 when I ran for mayor. Mina Sierra Leonean, a Freetonian. We born at Salon, but grew up in the early life in Ghana and Canada. And then Can Salon at the age of 10, where I spent my formative years from age 10 to age 20. Fabre College School, I finished with primary school, I go convent. I was saying I've been the head girl. And then I go Fabre College, also I study economics. But from there I worked, actually got me an international job at the age of 20, in as much as me, I'm the first African on the executive of International Executive Exchange Executive, what we then call ISEC. So I've been working Brussels, Finland, traveling extensively for a year before I go do my master's at the London School of Economics. From there, I joined Arthur Andersen, which the one of the big six, the top professional services firms globally. I trained as a chartered accountant, and I worked in Andersen's for 11 years, rising to the position of director. And then I go take some time out for day with me picking them as a young mother with young kids, and then work in business in property development. And whilst all that going to go on, I'll be always still involved in Salon because we began the war, a campaign against the trade in blood diamonds. I began advocate for Salon. I get video footage going back to 1999, where they on BBC did lead demonstration and strike for they wanted to be trade in diamonds. I play a role in that, will lead to then starting with 6 friends, including my sister, a not-for-profit selling war trust for children. We they alive, we they active today, 22 years on. And that organization actually is 23 years on now. That organization begin to support displaced women and then move on, and their kids under 5 move on for build school, well, a clinic in Kagbankona, in Beira Chieftain. We do agricultural training school in Songo for ex-child soldiers. And for the last 10 plus years, we only support scholarships for kids from forest school. Many of the young people and the girls focus, moving on to higher education. We no opportunity to forget before. And I also, when Ebola happened, get the same heart we make a left with do. And that includes already investing in Sierra Leone with Cape Sierra, with the Hilton Freetown Cape Sierra Hotel. We stall because of complex reasons. But I know say when we come back into governance, the hotel could be completed. But I suppose significantly, I come back and volunteer in the fight against Ebola, and very quickly become the director responsible for strategic planning of that response, whereby God in grace and power, I left home, left London thinking I'd come for 3 months. The outbreak not declared over till 1 year after I come. And when I come, all my money go. But, me had that for Salon, and that had, I go back for examples. Because if I run for mayor in 2017, now continuation of a long history of service and giving, because that may have to beat for. So after Ebola, the UK government, I've been worked with, even though I'm on the national side, I still been there with the UK government, and then I lead the post-Ebola recovery program again, with as an agreement between the UK government and the Salon government. And that process really bring me into the government space for the first time. Because when you do the post-Ebola recovery, you do work with ministries, but you also work with local authorities, local councils. And one of the things that we champion, we initiate Nabi Operation Clean Freetown, because Freetown we really dirty back then. And the waiting I see was an appreciate. Well, waiting I appreciate was a lack of systems and processes. So I decided to run for office, really triggered by people in the sector, but also because of me deep concern, like it not two competing drivers. You get sanitation on the one hand, but also environmental damage and the impacts of climate change. So then Tutin and Dimeka decide to run for office. And that was 2017. By God's grace, and with obviously the support of the APC party, because that then give me symbol, I'll win the election and I'll go on for deliver against what started off as two, because I say
Okay, Madam Eva, let's just hold it there. Let's just hold it there, because we just want to know the Madam Yvonne before it come into politics. So we got for reach now when you come into the politics itself, we got for reach that side. Let's just be one no, because it's been the first time, and people, because we don't see now when people they go for go campaign, then they tell we say we na free tour will be there, na free tour we don't do, na this we don't do, you know. So some of them things, and they make for everybody what we get as a personality one know actually waiting you be done they do, or how best you be done the help. Now we don't say you are well packaged, so we don't need for doubts again, according to what you explained, Giwi. Now let me come now, Madam Yvonne, into politics, being the first 5 years as a mayor. You get a ticket from, as you say, you get a ticket from your political party when at the APC, and they give you a mandate of 5 years, which the Freetonians them accept that and vote you in as their mayor for 5 years. So now, in a summary form, tell me, how was the 5 years like? All the difficulties, all the achievements, everything. Because we're not going to be actually questioning one after the other. Just in a summary form, tell me how the 5 years was like.
Well, I think it was definitely a very, very interesting experience.
Okay.
I come in with a private sector mind, and when I say private sector, not so government contractor. I mean, I'm talking, risk management, strategic planning. This is the kind of work I'm going to do, supporting big organizations. I mean, the clients that include Deutsche Bank. When the Barings collapse happened in the UK in the 90s, me and I part of the team. We worked with the Bank of England on that investigation, and then subsequently being part of the team, we set up the Financial Services Authority. So that sort of approach to say, here's a problem, let me analyze the problem, break it down, design solution collectively, which is why one of the first things that I do, for then focus groups with 15,000 Freetonians, but then also bring in technical knowledge, because we can get 11 technical sector work groups with professionals, development partners, private sector practitioners, for then takes technical solutions, having understood the needs of the people. So a very sort of systematic approach to problem solving. And implementing solutions for solve problems. I guess waiting and not being done, factor in, because I don't ever done work I'm not ever done work in the public sector before, like inside, as opposed to sort of with Operation Clean Freetown, or the whole of the PDT, where you come in from the outside giving support. So I think I not factor in maybe an appreciation that the mindset incest and the lack of systems way being being even deeper than the appreciation initially. Things like revenue, NODI, and the systems for revenue collection being manual, being opaque, as in you're not able to understand, you don't see, and you will get a lot of room for a lot of leakage.
So it's like during that time, not just a shadow you be to see.
Well, obviously from the outside, one of the things that people always say to me is counsel deep, counsel deep. And I guess and I actually think that now a really interesting expression, but one way a mask, right, for many things, because I believe very much say no problem no day we can't be solved. My husband can say there's always a solution, but forget the solution. You need to forget a good understanding. I mean, as I say, me an economist, but also a chartered accountant, and I do audit. So you try for at the end of the day for understand something, break and down, understand the system, understand the process. Where the audit something, you audit the process. You do process audit. So now you start. Then this happen. Then this happen. Then this happen. So that you can reach here. So when I go to council, it was like, okay, I need to understand every system. I need to understand every department. I go department to department. So what do you want to do? So how does that work? Okay, let me draw this into into not just the organogram, but let me draw this into flows, information flows, data flows. So waiting maybe not be so obvious to me is that transparency not welcomed by all. So it was a very interesting experience, but one way I believe say we achieved so much. We record breaking really, because inside these 5 years, we for the first time ever we built a wastewater treatment plant. When you talk about sanitation, you talk about the dotting on the streets no more. You talk about all aspects of sanitation. So you get solid waste, in most people can always think of. We also get liquid waste. We're not waiting the coronary bodies. And the fact that we're not going to get any side for treat that waste in all of these years. Now, one of the major contributors to health challenges, because the stuff where them they go Ibna, King Tom, they're making way into the water systems. So building that first one ever, huge. Creating employment opportunities for over 3,500 young people and women, massive. Developing sanitation systems for solid waste management, even though, as we all know, we face challenges in implementation, but we still achieve. We build the systems, and over a period of time, we see their systems, they work. Elements not be ever allowed for work. For example, the transfer stations not ever operate. And then the tricycle guys, when they sweep the streets, shortly after I left, then stop there all. And some man not realize, but I don't left office since the 28th of February. We're almost in June.
Yeah.
So I don't have to office for what's that? March, April, May. 3 months.
3 months.
So they expect, say, waiting if a system not continue, if people then not sweep the streets, the streets won't be clean. Elect them and sweep the streets in January. They sweep the streets on the 28th of February. If they not sweep the streets on the 2nd of May, streets go dirty. So for them when they pass and say, look at the city dirty. Yes, it's dirty now because what we put in place don't be dismantled. But the achievements are massive. Nurseries in schools, in marketplaces, nursery school for markets, women and picking them. Even right now as I talk to you, so we just did finish off the installation, again, another first, of a biodigester in a Hagan Street Market. We go convert the dirty Nana Market Day into power and go give lights in Susan's Bay. And, we get initiatives across all the priority sectors where we make up Transform Freetown. So coming back to your question, very interesting experience, very fulfilling experience, an experience where we demonstrate that so much can be done. We say you get the political will, you get it determination, you get the skills and the capacity. for go outside of, the restrictions of a low income city, because not just a low income country, but where you build sustainable revenue source, but at the same time, you're able to bridge some of them funding gaps by making yourself relevant on the international stage, credible, and giving confidence to others, for partner with we Fritonians in we journey for transform we city.
Thank you, Madam Yvonne. Thank you for explaining to us how the 5 years was, because people actually don't understand the work we don't do. I believe the recognition done there through local and internationally, but it better will get you back today for let you add more salt to the sauce. At least we can eat and better now say now this Madam don't say to we from the horse's mouth now. Let's just take you first from your personal work as a political party. As a former mayor. Let's bring you come now to your political party. As they represent a political party, which now the All People's Congress Party. Now we are approaching the June 24. What are the preparation for the mayorship, the political party as the presidential candidates day, and every other thing? What are the preparation inside your political party and yourself alone? They go back for the mayor.
I not get the question. Waiting. Aspiration.
You they represent a political party.
Yes.
I want pull you first from the mayorship. Now at the time you come down to the political party where they represent. We're not the All People's Congress Party. So what are the preparation? What are the preparation now for you and your team and everybody now where they go for this particular election, June 24? What are the preparation for your political party?
Well, the party, they're in full campaign mode. I sure soon I will say on Monday, Dr. Samara Kamara, we will be the next president of Salone, launched the One Nation Manifesto, a wonderful, wonderful document where the detail across 10 pillars, we collective aspiration, we actually call them our collective agenda for better lives and sustainable development. And that exactly that the manifesto, the offer the people of Sierra Leone. Campaign, they go on across the country. Yesterday, we've been in our Western Area Rural. On Monday, we've been in our Western Area Urban. Today, Dr. Samura Adena Karine, and we've running mate, Honorable Chenama Juba, also they in a different district, the campaign. So from the grassroots, we they move around so many different affiliate groups, then initiate their own actions, their own campaigns, their own voter sensitization. There's a real momentum and there's a real conviction. And like today, so now we fumbled and then a free tongue, and we see them they post some old video from 2018. We don't even know Saturday the day, but wait till we know say happen. We ask, we look, we not really see that much, and rain not come. Rain come on Monday, and free tongue Atuga was full. In spite of the rain, I soak from head to toe. I go a meeting na Poti because we shape research, me and Honorable Chair of Binde na Poti, Dr. Samura with me on running mates Binde na Aberdeen. They've been running mates been going to Susan's Bay. We move around before we all can converge at Tuga Stadium. And rain come, showers of blessing. But inside that blessing, that showers of blessing, we soaked yesterday back in a rural. But if you see the crowds, Natombo.
Wow.
And it's not just the crowds, because we know saying not just a question of people coming out, but it's also what people are saying. They want to change. Then say good do. Enough is enough. The hardship too much. The human rights abuse too much. The stifling of democracy too much. The division, the constant stoking of the divisive flames too much. We need a government we want to bring we together. We need a one nation approach to Salone. We put fixing the economy as a priority. People then they wonder why you go get government within power. They tell we say we then win in 3 months they go fix the economy. But now you there now. Now you get all the power now. Fix that now, no. What you get for wait till you win before? Hey, you do it now. Because that's you know get for different after June. All the power you need for fix the economy, you don't get it for the last 5 years.
But maybe sometimes they sleep and now they just wake up.
But still, you get 1 month. What you able to do inside that 1 month?
But
you
maybe I
begin-
know say you cannot fat the pig on the market, you know.
Exactly. But the point is, you've had 5 years to fatten the cow. So let me admit, say, you know, you fatten this cow and let me move on. Now, 5 years, report card time. No such thing as 10 years.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm still there with you. Family way to watch me. You watch me through the Rising Sun TV. And this now the election up and inside the studio today we get the former mayor with Madam Yvonne Akisoya Ide with we. And we still get our first inside the studio. We get to get more questions for action. Let's just divert you back from your political party and bring it back to your own mantle, your own post mantle. And we don't see, but before I come to this question where I ask you, this is just a comic question, and this is to clarify things. Mayor, I don't know, this una tickets we wanna get as mayorship of Freetown. It extend beyond Freetown or not just for Freetown on a ticket stop?
Well, the mayor's ticket now for the municipality of Freetown and the border or the borders now on the east, Orugu Bridge. So
Okay.
when you cross Orugu Bridge, you don't left Freetown. Then on the west, Levuma Beach. So just after Juba. No, so I don't care not the Freetown. Godish not the Freetown. So man can they Hamilton and say that they vote for me. I can never tell them say no, that cash on that they vote for. Freetown the end na Levuma Beach. They really go up the hill. Fabric College. You know, say Freetown the end. Most people do not realize this. Freetown the end at the water side. Nada waterfall. Who said they make that car wash for destroy the waterfall, unfortunately? Because why would you put a car wash on which on side for be a natural beauty? But anyway, that they Freetown stop. Then when you go up Hill Station, Freetown the stop just after Usaden Call Junction, that but Mansion Junction.
Okay.
Junction. We're not too far from Troycham Hospital as a landmark. So you see, Freetown na day it contained between Levuma, Orugu, Waterfall, and Mansion Junction. So
Okay, Mayor, the reason why I asked you this question, because I see a video today where this ticket where we they talk about another somebody self go that the other side of a political party we take up this ticket, but they see now local tribal chief them where they all the way beyond Freetown now they come and endorse somebody we get tickets only for Freetown municipality. I make an ask because you know say we not go better school, so we need to understand how Usai Freetown begin, the Usai Freetown tap, where somebody they go take blessing and beyond Freetown. So it's somehow difficult to read. So I make I just ask that question for clarify we own thoughts for no Usai Freetown begin and Usai Freetown tap. So now let's come to you again, Madam Yvonne. With all the difficulties where you don't explain to we throughout this past 5 years, with all the intimidation, with everything where you don't go through, but you still get the zeal, you still get the power, you know, you still very energetic for say you need to go back for another 5 years. So I don't know. Time for explain that to we like we understand. Then I see you put a slogan say answer the question with evidence. It's a very strong statement. That statement you are watching. I say, wow, this is very strong. So let me understand from you. Going back for another 5 years.
Yes, so five more to do more. Now, an acknowledgement of the fact, say, we get an agenda where we agree on as a city. With Freetonians, we define transform Freetown. We set 19 specific targets where we want to achieve. And the last 5 years, we make huge strides, including the digitalization of revenue. Again, something will not ever be done, including the work we do with tree planting in the midst of all of this environmental disaster, being able for plants 1 million trees. The last 230 or so, no, it's less than 230 because we don't plant 800,000. There's some delays that happen. We get line of sight for that last 200,000, but it will happen now after June.
Okay.
Flood mitigation activities, introducing those, celebrating 230 years of the city in an inclusive manner. We bring all the tribes of the city together, and you know every tribe represented in Freetown. So the tribal heads that have been lead that initiative with we. You know, I did look a picture of we all now, me and all the tribal heads, we come and celebrate 230 and then come with all the representatives of all the communities with the music, with the clothes, with the dancing, and we will walk through the streets of Freetown. Flood mitigation, something else I introduced, we not be ever day. We save lives and property. The innovations them in terms of the waste to energy, but also investing in clean cooking as something where these fecal sludge treatment plants do, the end product where we actually test now, not only for use as fertilizer, but also for use as an alternative cooking, investment in urban farming, supporting over 500 women in tools, in skills, in water investment, over 150 water points across the city, whether in our borehole, on our street taps, on our tanks, both solar and manual, right across the city. And now we get 65 more sustainable water points we built as water kiosks, plus
Wow.
50 public toilets where we done the work on actually first begin that effort. We don't lead to this in a meeting in Marrakesh in December 2018, where I meet with the then head of the Swiss Development Corporation. And the Swiss Development Corporation, they fund this project through UNCDF. They not ever invest. They not ever do any project in Salone prior to this time. The investment in facilitating the financing for the first ever post-grad gynecology training. You go say Usman Mayor, but since one of the targets and for reduced maternal mortality, through a conversation with a doctor, I can't realize not having, this was her words to me, not having training for gynecologists in a salon means most of the one when they go out for those qualified and specialized, not they come back. And we not get enough gynecologists. So for able for use me networks for raise $3.5 million for our project day, another success. So with all of this, we get a cable car where they under feasibility study now. A team day in Germany, a team day in Sierra Leone, where they work on them. Team day in the US, where they do the architectural work for the stations. We don't do so much, but so much more to be done. That cable car, this feasibility study be done next year, March, and I want for see through. I want for and I know the challenges where we don't get in implementation in terms of the level of collaboration and cooperation, we start well and reduce steadily over the last 5 years. It could be a totally different ballgame. And why he reduced? He reduced because of a lack of alignment of vision. When we plant trees, you get the water catchment area, be literally destroyed by the construction of properties in the protected forest area. So, Usa would say ecotourism by moths, but would sell with beaches, and we dey allow sand mining for destroy place like John Obey, for let Bure Beach, we been be world acclaimed, they be a shadow of itself, not for talk of number 2 river. Usa you get that disconnect where you personally say them they anti-corruption, they're against corruption. But when I stand and say you need for get value for money, we need for putting controls. If you get 120 truck, they collect dirty, but we still see the dirty in that street. Simple control. Where the truck can the bomber, take in license plate number and tick how many times it can. Then you pay them based on the work delivered, because you get a control mechanism for confirm say this work can be not to for say the person can with the truck, we run, then he lost, they not do the work, it's saving fuel, it's saving time, then at the end of the day, it can't collect the money. If you say that there's corruption and a mayor, he puts in controls and not feel it in a way, minister or deputy minister for Kandika, Allah, but even to the point of the raised hand to person in face. So over time, I think say divergence, of views, and also, and this is really important, that appreciation, say, when you date in a multi-party democracy, you get to make space for both parties for operate. And you also get to recognize we take maturity, say, even though this person get for can compete against you when election time come, when you're doing governance, put success of the people first. Not allow thought say this person at APC and na then they for first election. Yes, that is the truth, but that is how democracy works. And I appreciate say perhaps that it take a level of maturity where not to all man get them. But I'm excited about the 5 more because I get all confidence. Say the next 5 years will be done with a government, and not because the APC, now more a question of a government way they do what he say, because we get a leader we're committed to the development of this country. Now, under Ernest Koroma, we see roads built. We first time, I remember because you say after during the war and just before the end of the war, all these years, SLWT in those early years, from 2001 about maybe when they declared the war over, yes, to about 2006. We get projects now we achieve them because we meet a community where when the war end and then it go, they say to we not left we, you don't need support to human them. We not get primary school, we not get school, can't build school. That's why I take begin in develop and work in Kagbankona, Nabewa chiefdom. In that at that time, for come on free tongue, go to that project. That be all day business. All day business for Rich McKinney. With the work where President Koroma do under the APC, we all know say now you come up free tongue, you go McKinney in 2.5 hours. If you get drive away, they drive too fast, it go even get in 2 hours. What a difference. What a difference. What a legacy. I remember seeing them, they say not to road with the eat. But I really eat so in an indirect way because road will bring connectivity, it improve economic productivity, and it make it more possible for improve the lives of the people all over the country.
Okay, Madam Yvonne, thank you very much. As we still get you into the studio, you touch one side where very, very much important. Talking about you really need for you to make the job done, at least for see a better freedom, because which we don't see for the past 5 years. Most of the project then with the past government be left. When this government come, we see say all just kick everything out. Then we see say the country not even move to the standard of waiting if we don't live the last 5 years. So now talking about these accomplishments of your work, for CCA one day for make your work done. It's very good because we don't see the lapses them all over, and we don't see waiting and waiting you don't do. And if you wish for be back for say you for day for let them complete it, it's very good. So now let's talk to Freetonians and Sierra Leone as a whole. Talking to them, telling them that former mayor Sawyer one day for making a accomplishing job. So what's the message you get to Freetonians and Sierra Leone as a whole for make them put you in back for complete your job and make them put you political candidate when the APC political candidate for CCA and joining all two together so you all go be completed rather than them joining now, because what you make with the talk so we see the differences where they happen just like you explain when they team you up with a different governments, you see the challenges that we go through. You know, they get different harassments and all intended. But if this time around and team you up with you political party, which you know say they will be answerable to you and you will be answerable to them, at least you job where you don't start, you will able to enjoy for Donham and live a happy life. Say yes, I've done this for my country. So what think of you message to Freetonians and Sierra Leoneans for that?
My message could be, say we for vote for competence, we for vote for integrity. I think say by the time we reach case number 7, Freetonians and me don't begin realize say then case they are made up and are just a question of harassment of mayor. So me integrity, me competence don't be demonstrated, and the achievements don't be recognized locally. I want to say locally, you know, you did talk about in slum communities, you did talk about with market woman, you did talk about with youth man. So not so abstract something. Now something where I so humbled where we can go around the city, even in this campaign time, when every side you go, then the able point say, hey mayor, thank you. Now you've been building this big gutter for winter here, where when they get flooding, it not be happen again. Hey mayor, thank you. Now you've been make I able send you can go school because when I be support we pali farming work when they do small. Hey mayor, thank you because of this year we wanna do so. This the market shade cover. Now we know they get our same street where we experienced before. Oh, we paint big market, we fix the windows them, we do repairs. I mean all over the city. I go again. Oh yes, and Congo market the other day, where the Congo market or Congo Tong market, the Congo Tong market, yes. The way they show me say, oh yes, mayor, no, now you can't cover, yeah, now you give me what they call now you give me roof now you pan so that the one that we sell outside and get cover and extend the market. That way because all things then can join. So the achievements on a small scale, on a big scale, locally, internationally, then and I believe say if I'm able to achieve this with limited collaboration and support, and you know the concept of the devolved money where government the devolved departments, and they go write that newspaper say now that money they give mayor. I go explain because of time. Today not gonna be that day, but me go take to explain them.
Yeah, we got for reach the side, but that make us say we got to get you back some other time, you know.
Yes, exactly, because I think say I get for left at 9:30.
Yeah.
3 minutes from now. But if I work under these constraints, I'm really, really grateful because I know say Freetonians, they appreciate that. So I continue to ask Freetonians, which show so much trust and belief in me in 2018 for Duam and Duam even more so. Duam and Duam now, because we don't test the neighbors, we don't test them, and we don't see life becomes so much harder for all man past them. And when I say past them, I don't mean past everybody in that party. Obviously, we were angry that we boku. If you go buy rest 750,000 for bag, then only ask you whose party they we all the buy the same price.
Yeah.
If you're picking now for go school, you get for pay teacher all kind of additional money, the cost of bag, the cost of shoes, the cost of uniform don't skyrocket. We all pay them. So we don't test the family them. Let we now give opportunity to the experienced technocrats turned politician, Dr.
The
Samar Kamara.
economists, the economists, they're not ready for take over the country now.
The economists and already for take over the country. Look once done I and they join with us for Lewis focus
Yeah.
on the city whilst they focus on the rest of the country.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Yvonne, for get you. Just like you say, I believe so we'll get you back some other time. We get a lot of questions then for ask you because the outside last touch self alone will be one candidate, but just because of time, we will left down there for another time. Then we will left the other one back because we see so much harassment. Why always the mayor, the mayor, the mayor, the mayor, the mayor? What's that the big deal behind this? You know, because as a public figure like you need to be protected and you need to be guide, you know, but we they see always then go take the mayor in this today, tomorrow, that will take time and go take the host back because it will be very difficult. So thank you very much, Madam Mayor, for having you today. Former Mayor, sorry, Madam Yvonne Akisoya. Thank you very much for being with us on the Rising Sun TV. We won't forget you back some other time. You can say bye-bye to Fambule and why should they leave in at the studio?
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fambul. You still watch we through the Rising Sun TV. And inside the studio, we guest with Madam Yvonne Akisoya, we're not the former mayor of the Freetown municipality. As we don't engage them with so many questions, then and it explained to we self don't know, we don't understand how things be happen and how things be know. But Emmanuel, I think I don't keep you a while. I don't know if you get one or two things for just but guess wise when it comes to the end of the program because I see when the former mayor the talk, you smile at the corner. I don't know, I think and they'll be the touch in your mind.
Yeah, of course. You know, when you get not only an eminent personality in a midst or in the view or eye of the public, but come out there and put the record straight and say the right things to the people and able to tell the people from beginning. This waiting with man call, I don't know, it's a biography or autobiography or whatever with man call them. You go see say in slates, it gets a lot of stuff now in slates where right there, it gets a lot of stuff now in plates where
well packaged, well packaged.
Yeah, well packaged. Sierra Leonean need for tap and eat from that particular plate. Of course, for we in 5 years, the challenges and some of the successful days of in tenor. So it's not necessary again. Like when you ask them, what are these things why you want for go again? Haven't you experienced all those bitter the humiliation, the physical attack? But you see the passion, you see the passion from the woman. You understand? You see the passion like she's that kind of a man or
very much energetic. Woman.
Yes, in a waiting clothing, you see him from that way. She's passion, and it gets in record like when he say more 5 years. He explained to we the reasons, and the reasons are so clean, they are so pure. More 5 years, you go see say it is a good justifiable reasons for say go back again for more 5 years. In reason not to be even
complete your mission.
Yeah, not to be even compared with president because nobody know they tell you say go give Madabi again another 5 years. So 5 years for waiting.
Why not start nothing? You not start that waiting they go complete.
Yeah, not so that the killing like it just don't start the killing first time. It tells you because of the election, it don't stop first. So you want to give him that 5 years back again.
But we are talking about positive, not negative here.
Yeah, but it's like what I'm saying here for justifiable
Okay,
reasons.
okay,
Because you
okay.
get two people now where they ask, say, give me more, I get more 5 things, then more 5 years for go. Like the mayor, he on 5 years where they ask for, it's so positive, so I mean justifiable, it's so clean. You understand me? Say, give me this 5 years. And give me this 5 years based on my track records, based on my past records. I get anything here so where I don't continue for the way I've been on the do. I go come in for come, continue them and finish them. Now another person again is asking, not for that the way they ask, say, give me 5 years. Both of them, Mother Bill and the mayor, don't get the 5 year term tests. You understand me? So you are looking at it with the mayor will get a good records. And the records also get things them when I unfinished work them inside that good things that they will they do. Not 10 years about just 5 years. He talk about millions of dollars them where he don't do. He not talk about say me me government, this person be done that in a council. Council go to where people they market to. Council go do this so. On a so I been take advantage about people who. You know say how they stop for kilo. You know say this that. He say we are trying to elevate the status of poverty free to dirty. Try for diversify them things them here like the dirty for let we get energy now the country we able for supply, light, supply other things them. You understand me? The cable car, he talk about that one also. He talk about the
Yeah,
climate change also. He talk about him
yeah,
as a mayor plant more than 1 million of trees. You
yeah.
understand me? He talk about in relationship with the international partners, and especially different world councils, them for put Sierra Leone there on the map. It's a lot of good stuff then where he talk about in past records. You know, can't tell who say she was a wife of a junta military. She has been doing this. She has been doing. No, it's true. So like when them people let me hear you put I ask you for 5 years, you go begin to think and reasoning like any reasonable mortal man and say, okay,
Yeah,
I'm
there is
going
the
to give you
reason.
5 years.
There is
With
the
this
reason to
other
be
person
giving out more
na
5 years.
Jonta now, na killer, na Kamajo, na bitter, na murderer, all them bad things then they. You understand me? They can say, give me another 5 years. So for the all two, if you put Mother Bio at first, you know say Yvonne deserve another 5 years. Why is Mother Bio not deserve another 5 years? Yvonne gets incompetent technocrats, them we tell say in one of the economists, then you understand. We want for come and make sure say redeem Sierra Leone from that level of poverty, redeem Sierra Leone from that level of which this SLPP government don't put, we don't inflict pain into the lives of the people. They talk about the One Nation Manifesto. You understand? Able for Sidoya and tell you about the One Nation Manifesto, and he tell we about in national cohesiveness where don't they do now the country. And he work not only limits, is that of a elastic work where we know they do before. He measure every Brewer, correct if I not be the listen fine. Say Brewer chiefdom or this. So it work,
Brewer,
it
yeah,
cover
brewer
the
children.
entire, it work cover the entire Sierra Leone. So for working at the municipality, now just one sectors where they as a central side where they work, where they extend in experience in job or administrative quality where they give. But and all over the Republic of Sierra Leone, not when it come now the council, it be not they do them for decades. So she deserve more 5 years. Marabio not deserve 5 years. If we go out and bring in Dr. Matthew Wilson Samuel Kamara. Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, for having me.
Thank you very much. That will be the voice of Emmanuel inside the program today. Family members see they watch it through the Rising Sun TV. And this are the elections. All been inside the studio today. I'll be we guest now be the former mayor winner, Madam Yvonne Akisoya. And me, we will make the program reach you. We will present the program today. Me na Ibrahim Conte, where people can call DJ I Beloved. Till we meet again some other time. And inside the program, the elections up. And once plenty thank you. Take with time. We tweet for day we tweet through the program. Once plenty thank you. And continue for stay with we at any time we come on. Because remember say we did now inside the 11th hour. This time all day so right now all come, you know. So we get for the bring on our subsequent programs them for the update to now and bring to our people away matter in our society for tell now waiting and waiting on a need for know and waiting on a need for understand for know how on a get forecast on our votes come June 24. Till we meet again, me na be Ibrahim Conte, people call I Beloved. I'll be there with my brother man Emmanuel inside the studio and the guest today now former mayor Madam Akisoya. Thanks very much for everybody. God bless you and bye-bye.
Rising Sun TV. For your political, social, reliable news, the Rising Sun TV is the answer. Make us your friend for political, social, and entertainment news back home in the diaspora. Come on board, it's awareness time. Let's keep the hope alive. The Rising Sun is reliable for all.
Elections and don't come back home, the Kabudu don't grab back. Inside a Kabudu day, the good one and day, and the bad one and back day.
And we all know how we country done day now. If it's sweet, awa. If it's sour, you sabi. Now you hungry know if you dey eat bell full or you dey sleep hungry. You where you sus, now you go know if you dey born.
We the people and bang for every safe now. If we vote for good leader, we get love for the country and the people of Salone, we all go better. If we vote man we come for can't take cake, well, he left so me. Now we get for super.
I know ever you vote na me life, I go ibam this time, I swear to me life. If I know ever vote na me life, I go vote this time, I swear to me life. Ranka politician, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. I am Pete, no they can't ruin me life. Salone too sweet, so I enjoy me life. Me put na me life, me put na me life. They say me wondering vote for two tapas. Me put na me life, me put na me life. Say me wondering vote for one bad dress. Me put na me life, me put na me life. They say because we born a McKinney, me put na me life, me put na me life. Say because we born a Kenema.